So this is one of those like real quick videos, something I was thinking about. When working around the newborns, the little babies, I always tell people that the reason I'm not big on having people around them where they can handle them or where they can, even pet them is not because I'm trying to be selfish, like, oh no, it's my baby. But, that is part of it. But the biggest part of it is the babies don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing or why they're doing it. If you put your hand on their rump and it causes a sensation that makes them know by instinct to bump up in the rump, they don't know they're trying to kick you. They don't know they're trying to buck you. They're just doing what their sensory mechanics tell them to do. Same with biting. Like when they're born looking for a nipple. They're born, clamping their mouth on things looking for food. So they're not necessarily making any connection that they're trying to bite the human. The human is there and they're learning. So I equate that with when you go to a car dealership and the dealer hands you a set of keys and says, go check it out while I go get your plates, right? And you go and you sit in it and you start pushing buttons and you're moving levers and you're seeing what this does and seeing what that does. I equate that with the baby. The baby is just seeing what his legs do. It's so much fun to watch them bounce around like they're checking out their new wheels, like they're trying to figure out what their legs can do, how quickly they can make a turn, how high they can jump. Well, they're still doing all that stuff even when they're interacting with people. So I generally try to preserve the interaction with people to be with me so that when the time comes that seems much more intentional, I can make the correction then, and I can make the correction in a guiding the behavior differently as opposed to saying, oh, you bit me, horse, right? I don't want any reaction. So I don't want people who visit to ever discipline a young horse. I don't want people disciplining my horses anyway, but definitely not a baby, because we can imprint the baby to believe humans are aggressive. So my thoughts are always, if you get close enough to where the baby can bite you, or it can seem like the baby's meaning to bite you, then you're going to just have to allow it to bite you for right now. My suggestion is don't get close enough for the baby to bite you. Because he doesn't know he's biting you. There's no malice in what he's doing. There's no intention in what he's doing. He doesn't even know to have intention yet. The only intention he has is to find food. And he was born looking for food. He was born looking for clamping on something and sucking on it. So if he comes up to you and he clamps onto your arm, he's not meaning to bite you. First of all, he doesn't have any teeth, but he's not meaning to bite you. And so that's my thing. If you're around, if you have a new baby and it's the first time you have a new baby, kind of keep that in mind, that he's just sitting in the seat right now, pushing all the buttons and pulling all the levers and seeing what everything does. He's not trying to be unkind. He's not trying to be a malicious creature. He has no idea what he's doing. He's just seeing what all the buttons do. And if you're not prepared to properly guide with a positive reinforcement, properly guide their mouth and their feet and their reactions to stimulation, then maybe you should really start working right now with a trainer that can at least help you through these formative things, because these are the most important things that are going to form your horse into the citizen it's going to grow up to be. Just laying down with them because they're super cute, or messing with them because they're super cute, and then they reach over and they give you a little nip because they don't know any better and you swat them, you can effectively destroy your horse's opinion of people in that one action. So if you end up with a baby by accident, like this little guy, he came kind of not so much as a surprise. It was suggested that we were probably dealing with a second pregnancy, but if for some reason you say get a mare out of auction and oh my gosh, she turns out she's pregnant, which is not at all uncommon. Just, you know, if you're not prepared, don't just think, you can just wing it, because you could effectively change the direction of that horse's opinion of humans for the rest of its life.